Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Handikapable podcast with your host William Maya. How's everybody doing today, man? Y'all good? How's everybody's weekend going? Um, well, today's episode is why I am a big fan of Eminem. Why am I a big fan of Eminem? I've been a fan of Eminem for years since he came out in '99 with the Infinite album, and then he had the Slim Shady LP, then the Marshall Mathers LP, and the Eminem Show and Encore, and so many other albums. But to me, why do I think Eminem is the greatest? Let me tell you why, man. Eminem, Eminem can't be matched. He cannot be contest. He cannot be beat. I'll tell you why. Because every single rapper who's been up against Eminem has tragically failed. Tragically failed. Any rapper who's been against Eminem has automatically failed because look, all the rappers, let's see, let me try to name a few. Benzino, he lost. Machine Gun Kelly, he also lost. Ja Rule obliterated his career. Nick Cannon didn't even have a career to start, but Eminem obliterated that too. So any opponent that Eminem has been up against has tragically lost against Eminem. Let me tell you, man, because he's the best to ever do it. He's the best to ever grab the mic. He's in a prominently dominant. Rap is mostly black people, black people doing it, and for a white guy to come in and do it better than most, it's infuriating to some of these rappers, and that's why they hate Eminem. That's why they never put him at number one. That's why he'll never be number one in the rap world, because he cannot be number one because of people like that being prejudiced against him, and they're angry. They're angry because you got this white guy doing it better than most, and he's being unstoppable. His lyrics are unmatched. His wordplay, he's a wordsmith. He's a wordsmith. All that word is up here. You know what I mean? Everything he ever does, it's like a masterpiece. And people have said, oh, he has a couple of duds. No, he does not. No, he does not, because if you're a real fan, you will automatically love his art form. Every album he has made, I will tell you, every album he has made, it's been the best album to me, because I've been there since the beginning. I've been there since everything, since the beginning of every album. I've listened to every song, I've listened to every lyric, and he's the best to ever do it. Today, he even goes against today's rappers, and they lose horribly. They lose horribly because they can't do what he can do. They can't do whenever he grabs the mic. You can't match his lyricism. You cannot match it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you got the best wordplay in the world. If you cannot match what he can do, if you cannot match what he can do and what he can say and what he can do with words, what he can rhyme with, you can't call yourself the greatest, because he set the bar so high for other people that it's amazing that it's amazing for what he can do, man. And I know I'm rambling on because I just decided to do this on the fly, and I guess that's the good part, because it's organic and it's genuine. So whatever you hear on this podcast today, it's coming from straight from the heart, and I'm not gonna argue about it and say nothing about it because I'm back. Um, because as much as I want to say that other rappers are better than him, they're not. I'm sorry, they're not. Hold on. Oh my back. Oh my back. So you guys, this is what it is to be disabled. You have unexpected back pain every time, but I'm not stopping this podcast. It's what it is. It's real. It's it's what it is. And I'm gonna show y'all that even through the pain and even through the allergies, no matter what I'm going through, I'm gonna do this podcast. So yeah, Eminem is one of the greatest rappers who ever lived. And I'll tell you why, because look who he pulled from. He pulled from Tupac. He pulled from Big Daddy Kane. He pulled from all these rappers. Hold on, man, my back is really hurting. That's a back pain that you don't want to feel, man, but it is what it is. And god damn, it won't go away. Oh man, I'm going through it today, you guys. I got allergies, I got back pain, I got all this stuff going on with me, and I'm still trying to do an episode. That's called being a soldier, man. I've been through the struggles, and nobody understands them, you know. But I'm gonna try to stay on topic, and yeah, try to do this, man. All right, I'm gonna power through it. So for the most part, hold on, you guys, give me a minute. Okay, it went away for a little bit. Yeah, so like I was saying, Eminem is the best rapper who ever did it because he pulled from Tupac, he pulled from Big Daddy Kane, he pulled from all these good rappers, and he learned from them. He didn't. This back page don't want to leave me alone. He pulled from the best. He pulled from all these rappers. He didn't try to imitate them. He learned from them and he pulled from them. Every single rapper that he's ever listened to, he pulled some and he learned to mold it into his own skill. And that's why people are mad at him because he's doing it better than most. He's overthrowing every rapper who ever did it before him, and he's surpassing everybody by a long shot. So this is my opinion. Eminem will forever be one of the greatest to ever do it today. No rapper can match him. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you got in your pocket. I don't care about none of that. Eminem will forever be one of the greatest to ever do it because he's been with the times. Every time, uh, every time a new album comes out, he's always got some other style to emulate or to do it better. And people don't get that. People want to say that he's washed up, that he's old and everything. Nah, not even close. And as I try to do this podcast with my back pain and all this, I just want to say that for the people who watch this and think I'm just not going through a lot right now, and I am. And I'm trying to pull through, and I'm trying to do this. That just goes to show the resiliency that I have, because I'm still trying to do an episode, and I'm still trying to work through the pain in my back. You know, I have rods and I have spasms that come in and out of nowhere and stuff like that. So there's a lot of factors that I have to go through on a regular basis. And not all you're not always gonna have a perfect episode with me. You're always gonna have interruptions and things like that. So for the people who watch this all the way through, I appreciate that. So yeah, Eminem is one of the greatest. Hey, even a lot of people don't want beef with the man because he's ruined careers. He made Machine Gun Kelly literally go pop. He literally threw him at the rap game and made him go pop. Ja Rule, where is he? Benzino, he is crying on podcasts saying to leave him alone. But then you go to Detroit and go to Eminem restaurant and start an argument with I don't know who he started the argument with, or he started arguing about something, and he had the audacity to take a picture in front of the sign to try to make fun of Eminem. You don't do that, man. You don't mess with a guy like Eminem, bro. Eminem will obliterate you in a verse. Eminem will sum up your whole life in a verse and ruin you forever. No questions asked. Because he's from Detroit, he's a battle rapper. A battle rapper is always ready for war no matter what, man. And that's what Eminem is. He's a battle rapper. He's not a regular MC. He's built for battle. He's meant to go to war with people. He's been going to war with people. All these new rappers trying to go at him, man, that's like a little kid trying to poke me, man. I'm like, hey, man, get off of me, bruh. You ain't even on my level, bro. That's what I would say. And that's what people need to understand, bro. Eminem is not even on these people level, bro. Not even close. The only person that could have probably matched Eminem's style that's not here no more is Tupac. And even then, if Tupac was alive, Eminem wouldn't be here because Tupac would have still been on top. And a lot of people are like, oh, he died and he didn't get a chance to fail. Man, do you realize how good Tupac was? At 25, he had like 10 albums and so many unreleased music. So you're telling me that this man doesn't have music for days? Music is still coming out to this day of Tupac. Unreleased shit. So don't tell me that Tupac would have been that Tupac would have been washed up in this generation shit. He would have been like an ambassador of rap. He would have been like at the head of the table type shit. And that's where Eminem is. At he's the one that turned the lights on for some of these rappers. Joe Budden, weak ass. Joe Budden needs to stop talking shit about him and saying that he's better than him. Yeah, if it wasn't for Eminem, you wouldn't even have a motherfucking podcast, bruh. Look, G Unit and all that, like 50 Cent and G Unit and Tony Yayo and Lloyd Banks. Well, Lloyd Banks is not even around no more, but they recognize that Eminem put them on, man, and that's what you gotta do. You gotta pay homage to the person who put you on, who put food on the table for you, who helped you eat and help you get your shit out and be famous. You gotta understand. And that's why I respect 50, bro. That's why I respect 50. And that's why I think 50 and Eminem and Dr. Dre are like the ambassadors of rap. Because if it wasn't for Dre, there wouldn't be no Eminem. If it wasn't for Eminem, there wouldn't be no 50 Cent. You see, and Eminem has put a lot of people on, and they don't appreciate, and they don't appreciate, and they don't pay homage to him. They don't give him his flowers, man. They talk shit about him. And it's like they need to understand it. But when it for him, if it wasn't for Eminem, a lot of these rappers wouldn't have food in their mouth. And that's what gets me angry because, look, bro, I've learned in life, and this is what makes Eminem one of the greatest rappers who ever lived. Not because he's a lyricist, not because he's a good rapper, not because he could put some shit together, because he put people on. He took people out of the ghetto and put people on, gave them jobs, gave them opportunities, and that's what makes Eminem the greatest rapper who ever lived. Instead of instead of letting 50 Cent struggle, he put him on. Everybody told Dre, don't sign 50, he's a risk or whatever. Cause he had just got shot and just got whatever, you know what I'm saying? So with that came responsibility and blowback. They didn't care about that. Eminem didn't care. He was like, fuck it. you know, and put him on. Let's see what he got. And he didn't care about no blowback. He didn't care about 50's enemies because 50's enemies became Eminem's enemies. You understand what I'm saying? So without, you know, and yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like without, um, without Eminem, there wouldn't be no 50, and without Dre, there wouldn't be no Eminem. See what I'm saying? And yeah, Eminem accepted all of 50's baggage and he made it where his baggage became his problem. And it's like that's what real friends do and that's what loyal people do. It's like that saying goes, your bullshit is my bullshit. Your problems are my problems. When you're in trouble, I'm in trouble. When you're starving, I'm starving. When I eat, you eat. And that's what true friends are. And that's why, in my opinion, Eminem is the greatest rapper. Because he wasn't scared of Suge. He wasn't scared of none of that. He didn't care about none of that. You gotta remember, guys, Eminem grew up in Detroit where shit happened every day and he survived it. He probably don't live there no more. But like they say, you could take the person out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the person. Just because we don't stay in the hood doesn't mean we don't got that killer instinct still, man. It goes for anybody. It goes for me. Just because I don't live in the hood no more. Like when I go back home, speaking on something else, just to give y'all an idea. When I go back to Mexico, it's like a switch turns on, man. I'm calm right now. I'm chilling. I'm doing my podcast. I stay in my room. I stay to myself. Because here in Texas, I don't have to be on high alert. I don't have to be in my killer mode. I don't have to be like I don't have to be tough because I'm at home. But when I'm back home, like back in Mexico, I have to play a part. I have to be this tough guy, and I am that tough guy, but I don't walk with it. I'm not always with that. I'm not always like on high alert. I'm not always on like let's go do some shit. You know what I mean? I'm not always like that. I'm the nicest person you'll ever meet. But when I'm back home, I'm more like, okay, now I gotta be on high alert. Now I gotta be a leader. Now I gotta show these people that I'm no punk just because I'm in a wheelchair. And I'm surrounded by able-bodied people. I'm surrounded by people that could end me in a second, but I survived it because people respect me. And I'll go back to what I'm talking about. Eminem is respected because nobody will mess with him, bro. He earned respect from killers. He earned respect from criminals that will do anything for him because he is who he is. That's why I say he's The greatest rapper who ever lived. I'm not talking about Jay-Z. I'm not talking about um who's another rapper? Jay-Z, Nas. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about Snoop. I'm not talking about none of them. I respect them. It takes a lot to be who you are. But when Eminem, bro, sure, his music doesn't play in the club, but who the fuck would want to play in clubs, bro? Like, like the game even said, Eminem music doesn't play in the club. That's why he's not relevant. Fuck are you talking about, bro? Eminem is the most relevant rapper who ever grabbed the mic, bro. If anybody talks about rap, the first person that you think of is Eminem. You know? You think about Ja Rule, who do you think is gonna come behind him? Eminem. Why? Because Eminem ended him. And poor poor Machine Gun Kelly. I'll tell you this. Machine Gun Kelly, I'll be honest. Let me put my hand up here because this is my serious face. Machine Gun Kelly tried his best. And yeah, he had a couple of good bars. But where he messed up, he mentioned Haley. And Haley is Eminem's pride and joy. And when you mess with Haley, you're messing with not only Eminem, you're messing with Slim Shady, you're messing with his alter ego, you're messing with the killer instinct, with the killer inside of him. Because right now he's asleep. You know, I keep trying to tell people, and people say, "Oh, Eminem don't got it no more." Bruh, are you crazy? Eminem could turn it on and off anytime he wants. He doesn't want to demolish anymore. He's too old for that. Like not old like an old he's too wise for that. He don't need to go at nobody's throat anymore because he accomplished everything he needs to accomplish. But it goes without saying that it goes without saying that he'll always have that killer instinct because that's who he is deep down inside. It's a sleep, but it doesn't mean that it can't be reawakened. You know, if you push him out so far, he's gonna go back to his old ways. And we all know what happens when Eminem goes back to his old ways. And you can't sit there and say, "Oh, Eminem don't got it no more." Eminem still got it. He's just holding back because he has a lot more to lose now. He has a lot more wisdom. He has a lot more respect for the game now. He's not just going at anybody's head. He's gonna choose his battles and wait for the right moment to strike. They, they, they say the best way is to move in silence. If you make too much noise, people are gonna know you're coming. But if you're moving that silence, baby, nobody's gonna know what the hell you're gonna do, and everybody underestimates Eminem, bro. But a true fan like myself is always gonna be like, oh man, a true fan like myself is always gonna be like, bro, y'all don't know what y'all doing, bro. Keep messing with him, bro. Keep messing with him and see what happens. Ja Rule learned the hard way. Nick Cannon learned the hard way. Benzino learned the hard way. Everybody learned the hard way until he let his fangs out. Eminem showed them what's up, and now they don't want nothing to do with him. Now they're talking shit behind the screen. They're talking shit on other podcasts. Why don't they come at Eminem directly? Because they know Eminem will demolish them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. Dogs that bark Dogs that bark don't bite. You feel me? So all them people talking that rah rah shit and all that willy nilly shit need to stop because once he gets annoyed and if he wants to come at you, he will. but don't start something you can't finish. And that's what Machine Gun Kelly. That's what Machine Gun Kelly learned the hard way, cause he thought Eminem wasn't gonna respond, but luckily Eminem was like, you know what, I ain't got nothing to do that week, man. Let me get at the little boy. So what he do? He killed him with kill shot, and now they're trying to go at him again. So and he tweeted round two, all right, then you're gonna get demolished again. So either they're not learning their lessons or they're just doing it for publicity. Either way, that's just stupid, bro. Know your place. Know your place, bro. Don't come at the king. Don't come at the king if you don't want to get slayed. That goes for anything in life. If you know what you're capable of, warn them once. But if they still try to come at you, I'm gonna tell you from my point of view. I ain't speaking on rap shit. I ain't speaking on nothing. I'm speaking on real life. If they come at you, you warn them once and you tell them you don't want no women, bro. Don't do it, bro. And they keep poking at you, show them what you're made of. And then they're gonna respect you. You have to show them sometimes. You have to show them your teeth. You have to show them your fangs so they know you ain't playing with them. Like this in the game. And that's what I try to take from Eminem's style too, because although I don't rap, I feel like I have to prove myself. I feel like I have to prove myself a lot, especially in the gaming world, especially me having a disability. I have to prove to people that I ain't no punk. I ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the struggle. I'm going through the struggle now with this back pain. I'm going through the struggle with the spasms. I'm in pain right now. But that just goes to show that I'm not stopping. Y'all saw me go through pain on video. And other people be like, oh, don't post that, don't post that. Nah, this is the real shit. This is me being me. And I'm not gonna stop being me just because I'm going through some shit. Cause I like doing my podcast and this is the real stuff. I told you I was gonna give you the real me, this is it. And I take from Eminem, even though I don't rap, I take from his resiliency. I take from his heart, cause he got heart, and I got heart. So I have to prove to people, just like he does. Although he doesn't have nothing to prove because he already got the throne, he already got the crown. But sometimes people are gonna try to fight you for what you have, so you have to defend it sometimes. And that just goes to show with me when I play these people online. Yeah, I lost more matches than I won on Mortal Kombat. But I'm not saying that I'm gonna give up. I'm never gonna give up because it's what I like to do. But if people want to underestimate me just because I have a screen name that goes Handicap King, go ahead, man. Go ahead because I've been underestimated my whole life. And for me to say that Eminem to me influenced me in so many ways, not just because he's a good rapper. He influenced me to keep going. He influenced me that if he can make it out, I can make it out. And one of his songs that I like a lot is Sing for the Moment. And I tear up every time I listen to that song because it takes me back to when I was in middle school and I was just starting out. And without getting too vulnerable in here because I feel vulnerable because I'm in pain. When I was in middle school, I had friends, but it was just within my classmates. And I felt like I could never make other friends because of my disability. And Eminem got me through some tough times, man. Eminem, his music, bro, his music was so influential that it taught me one. not to give a fuck about what people talking about. 2, it taught me how to be strong. 3, there's so many things that you can learn from that, man, because there's so many stages that Eminem went through that anybody could relate to him. And that's some real. And a lot of people are like, oh, he said bad words or whatever. So what? That makes you that makes you real. Like you're saying real shit, and you're not censoring yourself just because you're afraid of what people are talking about. It's not about making other people happy. It's not about making people comfortable. It's about making people uncomfortable. You want to make them cringe. You want to make them feel uneasy every time they watch you. That's why when I make my podcast, I talk the way I talk, and people don't like it. They ain't gotta like it. You know, I don't do it for some. I do it for some people. If y'all don't like what I'm talking about, y'all can easily unfollow me if y'all want to. I ain't gonna lose no sleep over it. This is what I do and this is what I like to do. You know what I mean? So again, that's why Eminem influences me among other rappers because they say you shouldn't give a fuck about what people talking about. If you feel like saying fuck you to the world, you say fuck you to the world. If you feel sad, you feel sad. If you feel mad, you feel mad. And that's what I can take from Eminem, because Eminem has so many songs that you can just vibe to, bro. And there's some songs that are just cringe, but they're good, bro. He's a good rapper, and he knows what he's doing. He made it so any audience could resonate with him, whether it's drug addiction, whether it's partying, whether it's being sober, whether it's being sad, whether it's being mad. He got something for everybody to relate to. He made fun of disabled people and I laugh. And other people are like, oh, just because Eminem does it, you're not gonna get mad. No, you don't get it. That's his sense of humor. He made fun of disabled people. He made fun of gay people. He made fun of obesity people. I mean, if y'all guys are getting upset now, go back to the Marshall Mathers LP one, and then talk to me about something. The song "Drug Ballad." You know, what more do you want? And it's like people are like, "Oh, Eminem is so bad." Y'all don't know the half of it. Y'all are just listening to the new stuff. Go back to Marshall Mathers LP one. Go back to Slim Shady LP. Go back to Eminem Show. All those other albums. Go back to Encore. You know, and it's like that's not even the half of it. And that's just entertainment. And this world, this society needs to calm down and just enjoy the music for what it is. And yeah, it's offensive, but to other people, it's all we got. You know, I can't tell you how many times I put on an Eminem song when I'm pissed off, or when I'm mad, or when I'm happy. You know, Eminem is always on my playlist. And so back to what I was saying. Yeah, Eminem is a good not a good rapper. He's the greatest rapper to ever do it. And I'm sorry if I offended people from what I'm saying, but it is what it is. And if y'all don't appreciate about what I'm talking about, because Eminem is one of my favorite rappers, and I decided to dedicate a podcast to him, an episode to him, because why not? If it wasn't, sorry about that. If it wasn't for, if it wasn't for Eminem, I don't know what I'd do, because his music has got me through some tough times, and he's a he's a good rapper and a good person. He relates to so many people, and people just need to get off their high horse. Well, you guys, this has been another episode of the Handikapable podcast with your host William Maya. Thank you for bearing with me because I'm in pain, but I love doing this. Thank you for the people who listen to me. A special shout out to my sister Anna, to my sister Blanca. A special shout out to Julia. A special shout out to all my followers who are watching this episode. Watch it after it gets uploaded. And please bear with me because I'm in pain and I'm sorry for all the pauses and everything, but it's uncut and real. So thank you for all the support and I love you guys. This has been another episode of the Handikapable Podcast with your host, Josue Maya. Peace.